Welcome to a hard-boiled Spec Ops mission guide for the M13 Old Chestnut here. Plenty of you guys asked, I'll happily oblige. I've seen lots of confusion and people thinking this is crazy, tough, and annoying. Well, I promise it is not bad with a little bit of co-op know-how. This is what I train for. You can get this done in a couple hours. Step 1 is the hardest by far, but even this is perfectly reasonable when you know where to go. Mark 40 enemies that are riding in vehicles with the Recon Drone. Yeah, that's a weird one, and it could take ages if you're picking bad operations. For the setup, you need to pick the recon role for the drone, and the only other thing that'd be a big help would be slapping on tune-up to get the drone back faster. Now for choosing an op. Luckily, the one I have the most experience with is perfect for this. Harbinger, I think, is the ultimate place to be. Off the bat, your team needs to pick up 3 intels, which should be fast, and then the timer will start ticking down. As soon as that happens, 2 pickup trucks and a helicopter are going to spawn in. You are going to do your best to tag the 2 in the back of that truck, then the 2 in the other truck coming from the other direction. You might also be able to get 2 more that come out of the cab of the truck, and finally get as many people as you can out of the 6 on the sides of the helicopter that flies in. That can be an easy 10 or so right away, already a quarter of what you need. And you don't have to abandon your team and try to find another game. Trucks and helicopters will keep coming periodically. The helicopters I find to be more predictable and more lucrative with the 6 people in there. You probably won't have the drone charged in time for the second wave, but by the third one, you can try again, tag as many people as you can on there. This whole section of the mission with the intel and the cache will continue to spawn the occasional helicopter and truck. There's often enough time, even if you see it a bit late, to get your drone up in the air and tag whatever you can to get at least 3 or 4, which ain't bad. To touch on some other difficulties of this challenge, 1, yes, you can be killed while controlling your drone. It's hard to find a truly safe spot where you aren't going to get hunted down, but that's okay if you die. 2, the big one, enemies can and will shoot your drone very easily and very quickly, so do not get close to the ground. Get only as close as you need to be able to tag the enemies. Always keep moving and try to stay high up. 3, you cannot tag enemies inside closed vehicles or through any part of the vehicle. You need a clear line of sight. Yes, it is annoying, and even the pilots of the helicopters, no matter how clean of a shot I felt I had, you can't seem to tag those guys. Only the passengers. However, as I showed before, people in the act of getting out of a vehicle do count. But as soon as the animation is done and they become regular foot soldiers, they're not going to count anymore. There isn't a big grace period or anything for tagging them after they get out. It's only during the animation, as far as I could tell. For example, later in Harbinger, these 2 getting out of the truck counted. That was fast enough, but actually the jug standing in the back of that truck did not count, because standing in the back of a cargo truck is not being in a vehicle. Just like you may know from Warzone, you're not technically in the seat of a vehicle, you're just standing on a moving object. Finally, at the end of Harbinger, there are a couple more helicopters, but I didn't get there fast enough and got shot down. Maybe you can get there faster and try to get those. I think that's all the key things I wanted to touch on. As far as other operations, I did give Headhunter a try, because I thought I remembered plenty of helicopters and trucks rolling up as you work your way around the stadium. Yeah, no, not really. I only saw like 3 of them the whole time, and almost never made it there fast enough to make any good progress. If I memorized exactly when they were all going to come, I could have maybe gotten more, but that mission sucks in comparison. Finally, Crosswind might be good, because there is that vehicle section with lots of enemies and trucks shooting at you when you drive to the plane. You could stay behind and drone while your team does that section, but that's kinda deep in the mission, and I can't think of much else in Crosswind that would be worthwhile. If you've got ideas for other missions, feel free to share, but I think it's hard to beat Harbinger with how it happens that early in the mission. There's plenty to tag, and they keep coming for a while. With that challenge done, you're home free. Next up is getting 30 long shots with the R90, and the step after that is 15 quad kills with a sniper or marksman. I read them both, cause why not do them both in the same operation? Shotgun long shot range is very short, so not too hard, but hey, why not have some fun and make it easy with the slugs? Gonna be rocking that with a VLK and tac laser, not your standard R9, that's for sure. And when I'm done with that, I can swap to my 20-round EBR. That should make things easy peasy. And indeed, it did. If we need kills, why not hop into Strongbox? Half the people that play this are farming weapon XP anyway. Slugs were pretty fun in co-op. Obviously, these are all long shots, but as I said, long shots with a shotgun do not need to be very long at all. Just defending the vault down this corridor here is enough to be a long shot. So you can get those 30 kills done, then onto the marksman quad kills. Where could we possibly find groups of enemies on Strongbox? Yeah, that should not be a problem. Although, honestly, for reliable quad kills, a more open area might be better. Like, in just about every mission, you can easily pick off 4 people in a row. So do this wherever you want, but we were already here. After you cut open the vault on Strongbox, an insane, endless wave of suicide bombers start to charge you. That is not good for quad kills, but maybe we should take a note of that for later. After that section, when you're heading up the stairs, that is another decent enemy farm. You can kind of walk back and forth to collect people up and mow them all down. More easy quad kills. I had a couple left at the end, so I finished it off in Headhunter, along with knocking out the next step, 10 kills with a crossbow while sliding with Alice as your operator. Don't forget that part. What a weird challenge. The hardest part of this is if you don't have the crossbow unlocked, you need to go do that. Or I guess if you don't have Alice, I think you just need to complete Headhunter 1 time. That is, if you never got any other skin for her, that should work too. But Headhunter should be easy to do these days. If you have them both, then you're good to go. Your attachments don't matter. I couldn't find a single one that helps with hipfire, so just slide right up to people and shoot them. There's nothing to it. I don't think any other type of bolt would make it any better. Yep, easy 10 kills. Next, we are back into very interesting territory. Kill 2 suicide bombers with the JOKR. That sounds like it could be a massive headache to line up, to time that correctly. But remember that insane Strongbox bomber rush. Yeah, that is perfect, because we don't want the rocket to go all the way up and down. We want to harness the power of the indoor javelin. Every Modern Warfare 2 and 3 player should know the power. So we're just going to lock on to a point in the room to be able to launch that rocket and absolutely nuke that whole area. In my first rocket, I got a triple kill, all suicide bombers, so that's the step done, and it also somehow completed the final step as well, which I haven't even covered yet. To wrap up that challenge, yeah, I think that's got to be the easiest way. My other thought was maybe you could melee one with the JOKR, just get one little bonk in, and then they blow up, and maybe that assisted suicide counts as a weapon kill, because it usually does, but it is not easy to melee one of these guys. They blow up pretty early most of the time. And if you wanted to do this the hard way, I bet I could come up with a method for that too, using something I remember from launch, where I was hiding in the back of a truck, also on Strongbox, but outside, and I heard suicide bombers all around me yelling those couple lines that they have, and not figuring out how to path to me. So if you could get a teammate to do that, you could lock onto the side of the truck and get it that way. Well, no need. Indoor javelin is totally the play. The final challenge that I didn't even need to do is to get 1 kill with a deployable crate. I've seen some people ask, what the hell even is that? Well, I assumed you had to shoot an enemy a couple times, like 2 in the leg with my normal PKM seemed to work, and then finish them off by throwing any munitions crate at them, like armor, grenades, or ammo. They do need to be weakened first, it isn't gonna one-shot from full, but that isn't very hard, just a little meme of a challenge. Sadly, I can't actually confirm that that is how you do it, cause mine auto-completed with that JOKR shot for whatever reason. I don't think I blew up an ammo crate or anything. I don't even think you can blow up those ammo crates. Shooting them doesn't seem to do anything like it does for the normal munitions box. That thing I know is very explosive. Anyway, not sure what happened there, but if your challenge doesn't autocomplete, then hopefully you just have to throw a crate at someone. So there's your guide for Hard Boiled. Enjoy the M13. I think it looks a little weird. It looked cooler in the thumbnail. With a name like Old Chestnut, I was hoping for some nice dark wooden parts or something like this MP7, but no, it just looks a little mismatched. Oh well, maybe you're a fan, or maybe having more attachment options for Gunsmith Customs is all that matters. So this was a fun little co-op challenge to run through. Not a crazy grind like killing lots of jugs. It's just some weird stuff that takes a bit of creativity and co-op knowledge to get through quickly, which is cool. That drone challenge would be frustrating without a good method for sure. Same with the 2 JOKR kills. If there were no consistent way to line up suicide bombers, that would be very annoying. Well, if you were afraid of those challenges, hopefully this has made things easier. Good luck with the mission, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.